One, I'm about to move to Texas, so hopefully not a dead town. And two, the poem contains a line that actually appears in a poem I wrote in 2012, unbeknownst to me. So it's like I really would like to investigate further. Elegance. All that is uncared for, left alone in the stillness, in that pure silence married to the stillness of nature. A door off its hinges, shade and shadows in an empty room, leaks for light, raw where the tin roof rusted through. The rustle of weeds in their different kinds of air in the mornings, year after year. A pecan tree and the house made out of mud bricks. Accurate and unexpected beauty, rattling and singing. If not to the sun, then to nothing and to no one.
That's too funny. I never mind hearing a good poem twice. So Jane Hirshfield is next, and I just want to mention that she was one of the founders of the Marin Poetry Center. So we're really happy to have her, and also a childhood friend, I think, of Linda's.
Well, not childhood.
Well, it depends when you count grown-up.
But not like the Marin people. So I want to mostly give my time to her poems. I will just say that I think I have never met a person who seemed to me at the same time both the great blaze of burning magnesium light and the moth being drawn into that light. And all my memories of all of my meetings and conversations with Linda have this kind of flashbulb quality. And I will tell you only one of them because I think it was for her a pinnacle moment. I was, for some reason, lucky enough to coincide in Washington, D.C. when she had her Library of Congress reading brought in and introduced by Brodsky. No small event. She was incredibly stylish looking in a black suit, which I complimented, and she immediately urged me to go visit the thrift store in San Francisco. So, for and against memory. This is from The Sacraments of Desire. For and against memory. I can think of nothing the heart finds easy. Even these two mountains I live with, not sun and moon walking, hawks or snake, a death I keep close to have something near me, and your eyes like the eyes of horses running. You turn on your side toward me, and I look at you with my whole being, powerful because of what will be taken from me. A tiny sun rises above the horizon behind this island I painted once from a ship that was passing, the island sliding away to my right. I painted it well because I understood exactly how quickly I must know that foreign thing. I look at you with eyes of a lion, but inside I feel the ticking, the faint counting that begins at the beginning of beginning. I'm going to be two more. Part of me wanting everything to live. This New England kind of love reminds me of the potted chrysanthemum my husband gave me. I cared for it faithfully, turning the pot a quarter turn each day as it sat by the window, until the blossoms hung with broken necks on the dry stems. Cut off the dead parts and watched green leaves begin, new buds open, thinking the chrysanthemum would not die unless I forced it to. The new flowers were smaller and smaller, resembling little eyes awake and alone in the dark. I was offended by the lessening, by the cheap renewal, by a going on that gradually left the important behind. But now it's different. I want the large and near and endings more final. If it must be winter, let it be absolutely winter. And this last one just seemed appropriate. Every poem I looked at actually seemed appropriate. The consistency of power in her work from beginning to end is extraordinary. Staying after. I grew up with horses and poems when that was the time for that. Then Ginsberg and Orlovsky and the Fillmore West when everybody was dancing. I sat in the balcony with my legs pushed through the railing, watching Janis Joplin sing. Women have houses now, and children. I live alone in a kind of luxury. I wake when I feel like it, read what Rilke wrote to Svidriva. At night, I watch the apartments whose windows are still lit after midnight. I fell in love. I believed people. And even now, I love the yellow light shining down on the dirty brick wall.
Oh. Beautiful. Timothy Lieu wrote a really lovely memoir of Linda in the Literary Hub, and he's come from New York for this event. Timothy?
We're all here, but I really miss Linda tonight. 1-212-673-7732. One of these days, that number will be disconnected, as it was when my mom died 21 years ago. We've already heard tonight about the amazing phone calls with Linda, but I will miss going to museums with Linda. I think she taught me more about art than any other person I've ever met. I will miss going to the opera with Linda. I will miss shopping with Linda. After she died, I went to a thrift store we went to a lot, and I found this sweater. This is Agnes B. Linda taught me to love Agnes B. She had a saying, when you found something really great, she said, "Your ships come in." I want to thank Louise. You know why, but for giving me courage. It's hard to go at the end because every time someone read a poem tonight, I thought, well, I'll read that poem, and then that poem got read. But I'm going to indulge and recite a poem that Bob recited at the beginning of this evening, because as fate would have it, there's a cake in the back of the room, 2 cakes, that quote this poem. And I thought, could there be a better reason to repeat a poem? And then you can decide if you want the sunny mango cake or the dark chocolate rose cake. And I'm also reading this because Linda read this poem at my wedding. We manage most when we manage small. What things are steadfast? Not the birds. Not the bride and groom who hurry in their brevity to reach one another. The stars do not blow away as we do. The heavenly things ignite and freeze, but not as my hair falls before you. And this is on the cake. Fragile and momentary, we continue. Fearing madness in all things huge and their requiring. Managing as thin light on water, managing only greetings and farewells. We love a little, as the mice huddle, as the goat leans against my hand, as the lovers quickening, writing time, making safety in the moment. This touching home goes far, this fishing in the air.
Well, you know, Timothy, it's really funny because I asked the bakery to put that on one cake and to put let birds on the other, but I think that was just too weird for them. And so they put it on both cakes. Susan Finnegan from Connecticut.
Well, I'm certain it was my privilege to be Linda's friend, and a miracle, and I'll be forever grateful that she was mine. And Linda read this poem when she was working on it to me over the phone, and she said, well, what do you think? And there wasn't anything I could really say. Let birds. 8 deer on the slope in the summer morning mist, the night sky blue, me like a mare led out to pasture, the Tao does not console me. I was given the way in the milk of childhood, breathing it waking and sleeping. But now there is no amazing smell of sperm on my thighs. No spreading it on my stomach to show pleasure. I will never give up longing. I will let my hair stay long. The rain proclaims these trees. The trees tell of the sun. Let birds, let birds, let leaf be passion. Let jaw, let teeth, let tongue be between us. Let joy. Let entering, let rage and calm join. Let quail come. Let winter impress you. Let spring. Allow the lost ocean to wake in you. Let the mare in the field, in the summer morning mist. Let the mare in the field in the summer morning mist make you whinny, make you come to the fence and whinny. Let birds. And now I believe we're going to hear from Linda.
Yeah, so we're going to end with a recording of Linda reading a poem to Louise. And when Bob first got in touch with me about this memorial, and I asked him, well, who do I invite? He said, to tell you where I am on this, I just feel like I should ask Linda. And I think one of the reasons we have an event like this is it's really hard to recognize that someone's gone from your life, especially when you don't see them every day. And so it's really lovely to end with Linda's voice and her poem to Louise.
I'll pick as my last poem, the last poem in the book. Alma to her sister. Alone, no loneliness, in the dream, in the quiet. In the sunrise, in the sunset, Louise. In the dream, no loneliness, in the dream, in the sunrise, in the sunset, just the two of us. Alone, no loneliness, done. In the dream, in the quiet of the day, done in the sunrise, Louise. In the dream, in the sunrise, in the sunset. Alone, no loneliness, done. No loneliness, in the dream, in the quiet. In the sunrise, in the sunset. Louise in the dream, in the sunrise, in the sunset. Thank you.
Now we get to eat those wonderful cakes. Oh, Sue's wanted to take a picture of everybody. Suze, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
So if you just stay for a second in your spots.
It'd be hard to get everybody.
Excuse me, could there be was one person in the back, he told something beautiful about what Linda said just before she was dying. Just that, is it Ed? Or who was the person in the back who had that one? There was just one beautiful line that I.
Could have been
Do you know who was that person in the back?
Edward. Could have been Edward. I don't know.
Edward, you know, there's a picture that when you make a performance,
We could talk about
we'll
it.
talk about it. Such a beautiful